In this video, guys, we're bringing on the man, the myth, the legend, all the way from Australia. We got Krypto Playboy on the channel today, and we're going to talk to you guys about DeFi. Now, I think that DeFi is going to come back really strong. We had metaverse and gaming as a narrative. Now I think DeFi is coming back. So in this video, guys, Sam is going to tell you about his top 3 DeFi picks. If that sounds good to you guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Let's get into it. All right, Sam, welcome to the channel, man. It's good to have you here. How's it going today?
Pretty good. Nice to be on the channel. I've always been like a hero of mine. I looked up to in crypto, so being able to speak to you in person is pretty awesome.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'm humbled. Can you give us a bit of a little introduction about your background and how long you've been in crypto?
Yeah, so I've been in crypto since 2016. I got involved in it when I was on a holiday with my mates. My dad called me up. He's like, "Hey, what's Bitcoin?" I'm like, "I got no idea." So I started talking to my friends. They're like, "Oh, people buy drugs and that online with it." So my dad's like, "You want to buy some?" I'm like, "You mean drugs or crypto?" And he's like, "Oh, crypto." I'm like, "Yeah." So when we came back, we bought some Bitcoin together. Then we started getting involved in, like, I think it was Ant back then, but became Neo. And that was like one of the first ones that came up for us. It just kind of blew up, and that kind of got my interest in crypto. And we started looking into projects, learned to trade, buying into new IDOs or ICOs back then. And from that kind of just sparked the love of crypto. Then that crash happened, lost a lot, and then just bunkered down and started learning, market conditions, trading, following bigger guys in the industry, like what they're doing and seeing how they do it. And the love of it just grew and grew. And then later last year, I went full-time crypto, sold my construction business, and just moved into doing this full-time.
My dad was in construction. He was a mason. And I remember him just always coming home exhausted and saying, "Man, Kyle, if you can use your brain to make money in life, make sure you do that, because what I'm doing is exhausting." So well done, sir.
I'll try to follow in your footsteps.
Thanks, man. So what made you start your YouTube channel?
So we got hit with COVID pretty bad last year. Like, my business has been shut down the second time, and that time it was like, I think 5 months we were shut down. So I was bored as anything at home, nothing to do with my business. So I was just doing my crypto by myself, and I had friends going, "Hey, how do you do it? Like, what are you actually doing with it?" So when you get asked the same question 100 times, it was like, "Okay, I'll make a video, go watch the video, you learn about it." And then it seemed to kind of grow and grow and grow. I made a bit of like an Aussie community, and that it just grew bigger and bigger. And I started doing the investments with the VC work and working with other projects out there. And since then, it's just full time into it. I love it and never looking back from it.
What do you think about the current market right now? I think we see the extreme fear and the fear and greed index, and I know a lot of people are feeling that way right now too.
Yeah, I see like a lot of those TA guys out there, they're just trading away. They're doing the thing. They don't care what the market is. They're going to be making money up or down. I think the market really scares off the newbies into it, because if you're new into crypto, you see it red in the market, it scares them. Like, all people I know trying to get involved, like, "Oh, why are you in it for? You're crazy." But like, I think this is ideal times for people if they're just getting into crypto, to start dollar cost averaging in. They can start buying into the market, buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ether, buy anything that's out there and start topping up on these major coins. And then they can start learning about the market. Like, this is your ideal time. Because I say, anytime the market's down, there's these awesome deals out there, the dips are there, start buying them. And people miss opportunities because they're too scared to jump into it. So I think this is an opportunity for everyone. Cash up, you got money, start buying into these projects. And especially like, the LAUNCHPADs out there, man, these are ideal for people. They can buy them up pretty cheap at the moment, have a good allocation in it, and then start getting involved in early stage projects. Like, I've seen Master Ventures and that Unpaid Ignition. That's what I was loving about it, because awesome projects, early access to them at a good price. And I told everyone to join up to those type of platforms.
I tell people a lot, I was involved in like, the early days in Solana and Elrond. And of course, during 2018 and 19, these things were, pennies on the dollar. And people would have laughed at you if you had got into them, because they came back quite a bit. But if you come into projects with really solid teams and solid fundamentals, next time when you have a really big market turnaround and the team has a while to build out their product, it's gonna pay off really, really well. Same thing with Thorchain. Back then, I wasn't investing so much in 2017 in ICOs, a bit, maybe, I don't know, 15 of them or something like that. But like those 3. And Ultra too, like those 4 actually, they more than made up for whatever losses I got from the ones that didn't perform. So yeah, good fundamentals are key, and good teams and teams that are going to push through. With that being said, what projects are you looking at right now that you think that maybe are undervalued?
Well, there's like a couple in the market and a couple that are pre-sales that are coming up. One of the ones that I've seen come recently was AdaSwap. That's like a DEX on Cardano network. Cardano is like not fully there for what they're able to use it for. And with that DEX coming out, like the price is around like, I think 0.03 cents. So people are looking at it saying it's under a $2 million market cap. I can see this when it does actually come to being usable, because Q3 they're launching the DEX themselves. When that thing happens, the market might be picking up by then. to have a DEX on Cardano, like one that's actually working and implementing things, and their yield at the moment is 1800%. So if you purchase it, stake it in there, man, you're going to have 10 times what you actually already put into it. By the time the market moves, you know, you're already looking at 100x. It moves at 10x, you have 10 times what you have in there. You're going to clean up on it. Another one was Glitter Finance. Like that came out probably about a month ago. There was a bit of a kerfuffle on the launch with it. You know, things went down. People dumped on them heavy. But you're seeing what they did. They tried to like keep the community alive. They're still building on their project, and like their market cap's under like $1 million or something. That's like one of those ones. If you stock up a bit on it, when they actually do what they're doing, because they're a bridge over multiple networks there, and with their DeFi options, it's huge. Like if that grows to what it's going to do, it can be huge, like massive. And I think that's one of those like early projects that people, even $1,000, sit it on it, put it there. Don't look at it for a couple of years. You come back to it. You know, you'd be thanking yourself for it.
Well, if it's under $1 million market cap and you put $1,000 in, you're at 100x. You know, if it goes to 100 million, you know, so that's yeah. These are really exciting. These kind of ultra low market caps. They are incredibly risky. You know, be prepared to lose everything if you put your money into these things. But they have high probability of, or high possibility for rewards. And what's the third one?
Oh, well, I'll give you two that I'm liking. One of them's Actor Finance. If you read into these guys, like the team behind it, it's huge. Like they've worked on exchanges for years and years. And I've spoken to the guy behind it, the interview on my channel before. And this guy just blows your mind with his trading knowledge and what he tells me about things. So like what they're building for their network is going to be huge for institutional money to flow into DeFi. And being on the AgroLand network, you can see they'll just be able to move the amount of money very quickly. And it's early stage for it. And the other really cool thing I liked about it was they said they're going to be purchasing like their own node on the network. And then their token will become a deflationary token as it's used as a gas fee. So I found that like a real standout from other projects I've seen, and like their community support and management's huge, and they're really trying to get the best they can out of the community, listening to what they have to say. So that's like a massive tick in my book if they're supporting their people and listening to their input.
Lars is on the team too. I think he was the head of education for IOHK, Emergo, which is the company behind Cardano. When you talk about really capable engineers, talk about a competent team.
And another one was DeFi Spot. Like that's on Thorchain. And Thorchain has to run very soon. Like it's been leading up to it. The project's coming out on there. What the network actually does, it's a huge opportunity. It's still a good time to jump into Thorchain. A DeFi Spot coming out on there. It's like taking Coinbase type of user interface. Super simple. It's going to be like a centralized exchange, but a DEX. So anyone can hop on there, cross-chain network, swap what you like in there. They're saying it's that simple. A grandma can use it. And actually does look very simple because you can go test it out now, and that should be launching like any few weeks from now. So
I think that for a long time, and it's still very bullish on metaverse and games. However, we're being inundated with a lot of crappy projects, and ones that I just definitely think are not going to make it. But DeFi is super significant. It's one of the most disruptive things that blockchain can serve, and so I think that there's I can start to feel, definitely another DeFi narrative coming up. And I think this is really valuable for people to understand, who's kind of originating, creating, novel ideas, and really kind of maybe, like you said, potentially first to market on new protocols as well. Sam, for people to find you, what's your YouTube channel? How do they find you on Twitter and YouTube?
Oh, name down below, Krypto Playboy. You type that in, probably the only person with a name like that out there. Main things are on YouTube and Twitter. We pop it up, and we've got TikTok. It's a bit of fun, and Instagram, some little fun things we put up there. So we're trying to make crypto fun for the average person. So we want to see everyone involved in crypto because they should be there. It's life changing. You can see this being, it has to be mainstream. It's going to happen one day. It's life changing. People don't see it. They go, oh, you have to be a genius for it. You have to be in IT. I mean, I was from construction, driving machinery, and I'm doing crypto now. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. I think you just got to either believe in it, commit to it, and give it a go. And always it's high risk, especially those type of projects, but high risk, high reward.
I always say that that this is something that's going to happen, and once you have conviction in what you're doing, it makes it a lot easier to stomach those big, negative market days when we're in a sea of red, because you just know that it's going to be okay at the end of the day. You might be down for a while, but as long as you're not, as long as you didn't put your life savings in there, and as long as you didn't put the money that you need to pay your rent or your food, you're going to be fine. All right, Sam, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate your time. Guys, go check out Sam's channel. Make sure that you're subscribed to it. He puts some really good content out there. Check out his Twitter, and we'll catch you later, Sam.
Thanks, Cole. See you guys.